Welcome and thank you for joining this session. It is the first session in our Spacewell Workplace Summer School, a series of 4 short sessions to discover how you can turn your workplace data into smarter decisions. My name is Remon Gebel, and over the next 4 sessions, my colleague Franziska Weiß and I will show you how to transform your occupancy data into practical insights you can actually use. So, this summer school is about master workplace data from insights to action. We will cover the topic space occupancy, space efficiency, space simulation with our space occupancy dashboards, the new space efficiency dashboard and the space simulator over the next 4 weeks. So most workplace leaders still benchmark themselves against a 60 or 70%. That's a pre-pandemic number. It hasn't been true for many years. We pulled the data from 236 buildings across 20 countries, and the median is a 34%. That changes the question entirely. The question stops being why aren't we full, and starts being what kind of space do we actually need? So the three findings, every one of them encounters to what most workplace leaders assume. First, peaks, averages are useless. Tuesday and Thursday at 11 is when complaints happen, not Wednesday at 3 p.m. Second, the wrong mix. Almost a third of meeting rooms usage is a single person hiding in a 6-person room. That's not a meeting, that's someone needing focus space and not finding it. And third, structurally overcapacity. When you do the math properly, 1 in 5 desks could disappear without anyone noticing. The catch is knowing which of the 5 you need to remove. With us, you can collect workplace data from sensors or reservations and analyze them in our dashboards. We are focusing in our series on our dashboard sensors since they give you the most insights in the actual usage of your space. So from data to decisions, getting started with space occupancy. We have a small slide with some details and how we measure something. So presence is there someone, yes or no? That's done via infrared sensors. It's like the same as you are entering a toilet room. The infrared sensor notices that you're there and the light turns on. The occupancy, so how many spaces are occupied at the same time, that's always in percentage. Then we have the efficiency. It's the number of persons present in the space with more than one seat. So that's what we're going to have a look at, and also a bit of utilization. So how much an individual space is used during the day. Then I will switch now to my dashboard overview. As you can see, we have a lot of different dashboards within our environment. The two new ones are the space occupancy dashboard that will replace the space monitor dashboard, and they have a lot of great new opportunities and similar sheets, but there's some difference. So for example, the space occupancy per hour is space occupancy data on a detail level. It is possible to filter to specific hours of the day. It only shows the data for the last half a year. Otherwise, there are too many data rows. And use the dashboard when you need occupancy details per hour and per location for the short term. Then we also have the space occupancy per day. And the space occupancy per day shows the space occupancy data on a daily level. based on the data business hours set in Studio, shows data for the last 2 years. Before it was only one, but we went over to 2 years. And use this dashboard when you need occupancy details graded per day and per location for long term. So first I want you guys to see the space occupancy per day. It will load the data now, and it will load the 2-year data. So there's a lot to see in this dashboard. I will also focus on the summary page, but at this session it's about seeing your space at a glance. So yeah, just the deep dive will come into the next weeks. First of all, there are a couple of things I want to explain. Explaining the so here we have the dashboard filters. So at the left side of our dashboard, you can always choose filter options. And this row over here, what you can see is in our environment, we have 4 buildings. We have 143 monitor spaces, 183 seat capacity, with an average occupancy of 19%. And an average daily utilization time of 2.21%, with an average daily headcount of 23.41. The average daily headcount, that's estimated how many people are in the base based on sensor data. So at an average, there are 23.41 people in our offices. So we also have, you can see some coloring details here on the right hand side. And what that means is if we just look at the daily utilization time, red is everything below 2.5 hours. Orange is between 2.5 hours and 5 hours, and everything above the 5 hours is green. So what you can see is our Spacewell Barcelona office, it's above the 5-hour threshold here, so it's in the green. Antwerp, it's a so-so, but Spacewell Arnhem and Stockholm, they are in the red and below the 2.5 hour. Then we have the occupancy, that's in percentage, and the red here is from everything below 25%. Orange is between 25 and 45%, and green is 45% and above. And again, you can see this Barcelona office is in green, and all the other offices that we have are currently in red. The big new advantage that we have is it is possible to set your own targets in a other sheet, and we can do the deep dive in the coming weeks. So we have here the occupancy timeline. It's a seasonal function visible in the view per month. Usually it's 2 years, but we can also select the data which we want. So for today's video, we want to select the data on June 26. So the whole month of June 26. So you can see the occupancy per week and the average headcount per week. So it's classical view for over all the 4 buildings. So the lowest at the beginning and at the end, and the week and the highest in the middle. That's over here. And the occupancy per location, it's over here. So you can see what is the average headcount per weekday there. So the Barcelona has the highest occupancy and the utilization. You can see that over here and over here. And the Arnhem one has one of the least. So only Stockholm has less than Arnhem. If you select a building, so let's say we are going to select the Arnhem building, you can always unselect filters here above. But if you would select the Arnhem building, you can have a better overview of everything you see. So on the right hand side, you see some, those are meeting rooms and those are workplaces. And here again, those are the meeting rooms and the workplaces. So when you're selecting a building, differences between single resources are shown on the right hand side. And we will take a deeper look into those in the next sessions. So this is, in a quick overview, the space occupancy per day. We also have the space occupancy per hour. I just want to have a real quick look at that one. And a important chart here in this dashboard is the occupancy per hour of the days. And this overview, this view is still there, but just in a separate dashboard. And you can see the averages as a bar and the maximum averages as the stars. Our buildings are most occupied between 9 and 12 and 1 and 3 p.m., as you can see here. So this overview, that's just good to know that you see it as well, but only in this case you can see it per hour and not per day. I just want to go back to the PowerPoint presentation, because we are already at the end of this short seminar. And you have now understood the difference between the new space occupancy dashboard, and you have seen how the summary page brings together the hourly, weekly, and monthly occupancy views. And now this first sheet gives you already a clearer picture of how your office spaces are actually used. This is only a glimpse of what we can do with the dashboards. And once we apply it to your data, since there are 8 more sheets to explore. If you'd like to explore your own data in more depth, or you have questions along the way, our training sessions are the perfect next step for you. So just contact your customer success manager. And if you're not yet working with us, feel free to reach out via marketing@spacewell.com. And in the next sessions, we will go one level deeper into building floor level analysis with great possibilities. So thank you for joining this session, and I hope to see you next week.